Hi guys, and welcome to another video here in our community. And today I want to share with you guys a really cool scraping automation that we use that you can do so many things without. And basically what we do is scrape a search result on Google Maps. We grab all the information from the businesses, and you can do so many things. Like I will show you today video how you can grab the email. You can use it for phone, outreach, and you just call them all the time. So you can use these for outreach. You can use these even to create like a directory of businesses. You can create like a list for your sales team to use. So there is so many things you can do with this scraping, and I want to show you today how to do it. Okay, so basically, as you can see here on my screen, this is already the full automation. Again, we will have all the resources below or inside of our community, depending on you are watching this video. But as I said, everything starts here, and we will use this is pretty basic. As I said, guys, one of the things that we always say on video is that you can use other parts of other automations. So the more you build, the more you can use from other automations to this one. So for example, from here all the way to the bottom, I actually grabbed these from all the automation that we actually have here in the community from scraping other data like LinkedIn, realtors.com, and so on. So you can, when I want to do a specific part of the automation, I can just go grab that part to other automation. Okay. So basically what happened here, and I'll go one by one for you guys to see it. So basically we will use a Google spreadsheet, and you guys can see here we have two parts here. So one is just the query part. Let me just push here so you guys can see it. So basically we will have like a search term and a status, and then you can have a sheet here with all the information of the company that we will grab. Again, this is total dynamic. You can put whatever you want, and I'll show you how to change these later in the video. So basically we will start this, and what I want here is that every single time, so for example, every single Monday, or I don't know, like 2 times a week, what we will do is that it will look here, and anytime there is a new row with a new kind of search, he will start the automation run for us. Okay, you can do this so different ways. So you can actually have like put like this keyword or this search on Slack and start the automation. You can use Airtable, for example. I will do the simplest one, which is Google Sheets, but as I said, the starting point, you can do whatever you want. Okay, so basically, again, the first one is watch new rows. So again, I just chose the spreadsheet. I chose the sheet name, which is one. I didn't put any names, but you can put names here. But it's sheet one, sheet two. Okay, and then basically what happens is I just put the limit one. So every time there is a new row, it just runs one. You can put more. You can put like 2, 3, 4, as many as you want. But again, I like to put one. First of all, to not just overload the API that I'll show you that we use for Google Scraper, but it's just to run one every time I want to run it, and I want to check the data first, and then I want to run another one. Okay, so just run one. So that's the first module. Every time I add a new Google Sheet in there, and then is where actually the secret sauce comes, which is the API request. So again, guys, a lot of people, and we'll be talking about this, a lot of people use API, which is this site here where you can actually grab actors that actually already, there are actors for scraping Google Maps and all these different data, TikTok and so on. Again, I prefer Rapid API, which is this one here, this website here, Rapid API, just because I'm used to use the headers and like the parameters and so on, and I think it's cheaper. Okay, because here most of the cool thing about Rapid API is that most of the things, and I'll just show you here in a quick second, but most of the APIs you can actually do it and utilize for free for a certain amount of requests until you actually have to pay. So this is really good because you can test so many APIs, and the one that you like the most, then you can actually pay if you want more volume. Okay, there is most of the APIs that we use here, I never reach the pricing point, so I always use it for free. Okay, but just for you to mind, this is Rapid API. Again, it's a little bit like similar to AP5, but AP5 already have more built-ins and it's easier. You just choose an actor that is already pre-made or pre-built, and you just run it. Okay, here you need to actually build the API and connect with Make. Again, it's super simple when you know it, and it's always the same thing over and over. And there is another videos here on the community, if you're watching on the community, that actually explain how to use Rapid API, but I will go a little bit back to back and step by step so you can see it. Okay, so we use Rapid API. Again, the one that we are using today is called Google Maps extractor. So if you come here to the Rapid API and just look for Google Maps extractor, and again there is so many of them, is this one here. You just click on it, okay, and then you click for you will be here like run or something. You just click here and you just choose the free option, and I think it's 40 or 50 requests a month. So I think it's plenty of use. And as you can see here, guys, okay, if you click on the name, the basic is 0 per month, and I think if I click here, okay, it's 40 requests per month. Okay, so really cool. And guys, come on, $10 for 20,000 requests. This is a bargain. So if you really need to use this, $10 per month is nothing. So let's just click here and choose the plan for free. Okay, and then if I go back, I will open up a request. So this is the make a request, guys. Always super important to check the names below the modules when we are teaching, because there is other requests. As you can see here, there is get a file, make a basic author request, make a client certificate. We just want to make a request one, okay? And you can just search for the module, make a request, which is this one, okay? So when you open up, this is what you have to fill out, okay? The information of the API that you want to grab for. So it's really simple when you get used to it. So if you come here on the left side, this is the menu of the API. So you can do all of these: locate and search, search nearby, business details, business review, photos, and so on. I want the locate and search because I want to search for businesses. If I put like attorneys in Philadelphia, I want to search for all the queries, so all the searches on that specific keyword. So as you guys can see here, this is the app, this is the parameters, and sometimes you need to push I don't know why it's not visible, but you need to, in order for you to read it, you need to like select everything. But the only important thing is the query, so the kind of the keyword attorney in Philadelphia. This is an example that they give, and this is good for you to know the basically the format. So you always need to be like plumbers in Miami, MEA USA, for example, or Florida, so FL, sorry guys, so attorney in Miami, FL USA, and so on and so on. Okay, so this is the format that we need to use, and everything else, as you guys can see, there is another thing you guys can use on the query, like you can have a limit. So if I select here, I'll show you. This is the maximum number of results. So if you just want to have like 5 per row, you need 5, but you can leave this. This is optional, as you guys can see, so it's not mandatory. Okay, so basically what I always like to look is the headers with the API host, but all the information is right here on the right side. Okay, guys, so if you check here on the right, you can use this on the shell target to actually grab everything. So for example, here is the get request. Okay, so there is a get request, so you choose get. Okay, then the URL, guys, is always from URL, see here, always from the little slash all the way to the like the question mark. Okay, because when it starts a query, so the name of this, when this is start, is where you actually put as a query. Okay, so if for example, if you here says keyword, you will be like slash keyword, like question mark keyword equals to. Okay, so this is when it starts the queries. Okay, guys, always need to look at this name and see if there is here with a equal sign, and you just grab all of these URL. So this is the URL, you grab and copy it here as I did it, so you copy here, and then you have the headers. So if you open up the headers here, you can actually add more headers, but you only need most of the times 2. One is the Rapid API host, and this is the one. So you can come here, and this is so you grab everything here. So you grab all the way to the 2 comma. This is the header, and this is the value. Okay, so you grab all these. This is the value. This is the header, and this is the value. Okay, guys. So just a quick disclaimer, guys. Again, please don't copy this API key. This is ours, but we are using the free version. So if you use it, nobody will be able to use it, and we will just be cut down. So we are not paying anything for this keyword. So please use your own, so you can properly test it. Okay. But again, you use the 2 headers, Rapid API host and Rapid API key. Okay, you put it as an header. Okay, so you have the headers, and you can even see it says here header. Okay, so it's really simple to follow along. So 2 headers. Okay, and then you go to the parameters. Okay, so like what you actually want to search for it. Okay, let me just grab a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. So the only mandatory is the one with the little asterisk, a red asterisk. So we have a query, and everything else is optional. Okay, so the query, you need to put it here. So if you come here, as you guys can see, query, okay, this is the name, and the value is what I want to give. So in this case, the value is just an example, attorney Philadelphia. So the value is what you want to look for, and what I want to search for is what it is on the spreadsheet. So this will be my value. Okay, so every time I want to search like plumbers Miami, I will search and I'll put plumbers in Miami. So try to always follow the format as it says there, FEL and then USA. Okay, and this is another keyword. So this is kind of the query, the search value for the make request to run. So I will keep the attorney one just for the example. Okay, but if you go here again, the query, so you use the same name query, and the string is the dynamic part, which is searchable for the search A, so the keyword on Google Sheet. Okay, so I select this, and now we will find attorneys in Philadelphia. Okay, then I put it the limit, just the purpose for this video. You don't need to put a limit, but I put it a limit of 5. I just want a 5 just for you guys to see it, so I don't spend too much on the API request. And I'm using Apollo, and I'll show you Apollo to actually grab the email for you to show you guys. And I don't want to use too much, so I just put it well. But you don't need this one. You can delete this one if you want the full. I think it's 20. Per page, so you can have the 20 if you want. Okay, so that's kind of like the most difficult part is the API request, but now we're already grabbing that information. Then the other thing is that these two is a little bit like more complex, but you need a parsen JSON and an iterator to grab the data, just because as you guys can see, I ran it one time just for you guys to see it, and you can see here the data is like this. It's too messy, okay, but you can see this is a JSON string because you have all the codes here. Okay, so this is a JSON string. So if you use a parse JSON, so you just come here on the module, if I add a new module here and you click, just go for JSON, okay, and you have parse JSON, is this one here, okay, grab this one, okay, parse JSON, and you put the data, so you put this data, all the code right here, and what will give you is this. I'll show you. So it actually separates the data, as you guys can see. I choose 5 limits, so 5 searches. It separates the searches, which is great. And the second thing is that it actually puts the data organized. As you can see, name, Jacobs and Camarota, address, full name. So I already have all the information here. I'll run a second time so you guys can see it. But this is the full information of attorneys in Philadelphia for the top 5 or 5 searches that he made on the Rapid API. I have the website, URL, profile URL, all the time zones and so on, and I have all 5 here. Okay, so that's why we need a JSON first to organize the data, because there was a full code here. Okay, however, guys, this is another thing, and you guys can go to the basics makes if you are on our academy and our community to learn, but you can see this only one bundle. Which basically means that it only runs one time from now on, even though the data is 5, but they are inside an array under a collection. Okay, so basically what happened is that if I don't have this one, what happens is that if I just run and I remove this one, Apollo only runs the first one. Okay, because it's only one bundle, so it only runs one time. So what I need is basically what you guys can see on the image, which is one type of data, one collection, one bundle that separates in vary. Okay, so in this case, as you guys can see, if I open, now we have 5 bundles. That's what we want, because I want Apollo to grab all the emails and all the information for the 5 different searches. Okay, again, this is a little bit difficult to understand. If you guys don't, please go. There is actually a video on our community called Iterators and Aggregators. It's only for this, so you can actually understand what it is. So go check that out. It's really, really cool. But again, I just chose the data. I chose all of that. You can actually just choose one and just choose one, but I want all the data to be split by 5 or by 10 or whatever number you want. Okay, so I always check on data. So I want the full bundle to be separated. And again, now I can actually use, so as I said, I grabbed this from another make.com, and basically it's always the same, which is it finds the persons and then it finds the emails. So all it needs 2 steps on Apollo, and this is the Apollo API. You need to have an API key for Apollo. But again, it's really simple. Just have to connect Apollo here on make. Just for you to know, Apollo now is paid. So you actually need to pay the first year to actually grab emails, but you don't need to use Apollo. Again, guys, from here, as you guys can see, I have all the information. So you kind of don't need the email. I just show you how to grab the email, but you can do so many things only with this information. Again, you can build a directory. you actually have the phone numbers here. So you can just put all the phone numbers in a spreadsheet and just call the people. You can have, again, like a full list of local business to reach out to for your team. So you can just grab all this information, the website, and then the sales team from yours can just go to the spreadsheet and grab everything and start contacting one by one. So already you can stop this automation here because it already have a lot of information. But I want to give you like a more in-depth and more complex part, which is using Apollo. Okay, and basically using Apollo, what you need, as I said, you need to make an API call. So if you go to and you open a module and you choose Apollo, you'll see that there is a list task. You need to make an API call. Okay, so that's the one. So the first one, as you can see, you need to connect. So we have our connected, and this you can actually, guys, copy and paste. I will leave it below all these kind of URLs because this is from the API from Apollo, but we need to do a search of people. It's a post method. Again, this is on the API documentation of Apollo. I just follow through. So you need to go to Apollo documentation and check it. But if you copy exactly like this, you will grab the same information and the same output. So just use exactly like this. You can pause the video just to grab this. So this is the same URL for everybody. Use post, and then this is the item because I'm connected with my account, so you don't see the API. But you just use this as an header, and then the body is always like this. So I will put it down below, as I said. If you are not watching this on our community, please go and check it. We have all the resources there. We have a bunch of scrapers and a bunch of videos from Make there. But basically, you need to use these. Then the personal titles we can use, and you can change these whatever you want. So I use owner, lawyer, head of marketing, VP of marketing, but you can choose whatever you want. Okay, if you want to choose less, the only thing you need to do is be between the brackets, so you can just have owner, SEO, and founder. If you are looking for plumbers, maybe owner, maybe they don't use CEO as plumbers, but you can use owner, VIP, president, plumber, even like the keyword plumber. So you can use whatever you want in here. This is the person titles. The organization name is the only thing you need to grab from the previous model. So this, as you guys can see, this is dynamic, and I grab the organization name. So if I click here, you just have to delete this and just go here and grab the name. You can see here, Soloff and Zervanos. This is the name, and that's what Apollo will search and find if there is any people on their database. Okay, and then what I put it here as well is per page is 2. So I want 2 people per company. You can have 3, you can have 1, but I like to put just 2 so I can choose which one is the best. Okay, if you just have like owner, you can maybe just put 1 if you want, but if there's not exist owner on that company, but it exists as CEO, it will not appear anything. Okay, so this is the first one. Okay, and then what happened is this data here, as you guys can see, every operation is a company, so the bundle is 5, and you can see all the stuff is right in here again, people. Okay, as you can see, the first one, it didn't found anyone, but if I go down, for example, to the third one, I can see, so this is empty. Let me see if there is if you found any, because I'm doing attorney, so it's not probably the best one. Let's see if it grabs anyone here. Okay, so grab 1 people here. Okay, so on the company number 5, again, we need to work alongside Apollo database. So again, this is better. I'll say Apollo is better for like startups and SaaS companies, not super for local businesses, but just try it out. Okay, because most of them will have it. And again, it can be the names that I use: owner, head of marketing, maybe lawyers, or in this case attorney. So I didn't use attorney. I probably, if I put attorney here, it will grab way more people. So I didn't put it, but just for the purpose, let's keep it. But as you guys can see, there is one collection inside the bundle 1 that have all the information. Okay, so again, I need to do the same thing, which is another iterator to grab all the people. So I have 2 people that I want for each company. So I put this iterator here. If you just choose 1 people, you don't need it, but this basically what happens is that all the 2 people will be on the same bucket for each company, right? But I want to also separate the people because I want to put them on a Google spreadsheet separately. So I need this iterator here, and I put it this filter here, which is people need to exist. Okay, if it doesn't exist, if there is a company that Apollo cannot find, I don't want it to continue because it will give an error at the end because there's nothing to put it on it. So I just put this filter here saying that the body people, the array, so kind of like the numbers and so on, needs to be greater than 0. If there is empty, nothing happens. Okay, it stays here. And as you can see, there was 2 companies only, so bundle 2 and bundle 3. All the other 3 companies, there was no people found, okay, only 2. But then the second one, which is to finalize, is the Apollo match. So you match the people with the emails. Again, guys, feel free to pause here. It's just the same thing. So V1 people match, post, content type, application JSON, and then you just choose the data from this point here, which is first name, last name, organization name, LinkedIn URL, ID, and domain. And you can grab these all the way from even from Apollo. Okay, I didn't run it here, but I know how to put it here. It just I can put brackets and grab it, but you can grab it from here as well. So first name, if you come here all the way to people, where is people here? People here, okay, you can grab it all the way through and push it all the way, but I will run one time for you guys to see it. But you can just copy and paste these guys. I'll be down below, I'll put it there. If you put it on brackets, you have all of these. You don't need to meta or anything else. And then the last one is just add a row. So on the sheet 2, I want to add a row with everything. So the body, the person name, the email, the organization, LinkedIn URL, everything. But you can grab and put whatever you want on sheet number 2. I just put it what I want here, as you guys can see. I just put whatever I want, okay? So basically that's it, guys, okay? And as I said, you can do so many things with these. I put it on a spreadsheet. You can even push these, for example, from Apollo. You have emails. You can even say that you want to send to instantly, for example, which is an email sender, okay, guys? So as you can see, here is the email. So I can grab this information and send an email automatically. I don't have to touch it, okay? You can use the phone number and maybe do a voice AI call right now, which is pretty hot on the market, and just call those people with AI, okay? You can do so many things. You can create, as I said, a WordPress page or a Webflow page as a directory and just grab people in. So you can do so many things. You don't need to do this extra step, but let me run for you guys to see it. Choose where to start. I'll put all because I only have one, and if I run it once, let me see if I can still run it all the way and see. Well, it will be the same results because I just grabbed the same search here, and as you can see, it grabs all the way one. Now it's finding the emails, and now it's stopped. Okay, let me see if it tests it out. Okay, as you guys can see, there was 2 company names here. Okay, there is 2 people from the same company because I want 2. There is 1 email that only grab it here, and then but there's a lot of LinkedIn, the Facebooks as well, the websites that I put it. So again, your sales team can do. I think this is error because there is a plus, so we probably need to change this for having like the brackets and so on. But this actually is correct. Is the phone number? It's just the plus sign. It grabs as a formula, but we can change these. But as you can see, guys, this is pretty much it. So you grab the 1 email, the other 2 it continues, but we can double check why it didn't grab it. Let me just check it here if he grabs the emails, but maybe there is no emails as well. So he finds the people. Sometimes Apollo has people there with LinkedIn and Facebook, but doesn't have an email, which is fine for us. Okay, let me see if it's empty. Okay, it's empty, the email. Okay, so it totally makes sense. Okay, so you grab 1 people with an email, which is the same company, but they all have LinkedIn profiles. So I can just go there and contact people directly. As you guys can see, Brian Rell from Pondoloki, so it's really the correct data. So as I said, guys, I just run 5, and don't forget that from those 5, Apollo needs to have their database and their email. If it doesn't have it, it doesn't search anything. But you can use other kind of APIs like Hunter, Email Hunter, which is another one for email. Find My Email, it's another one that you can use, which is really usable and well known. So you don't need to use Apollo. I just use it as an example here, but as you can see, guys, it works pretty fine. And again, you can put whatever you want in here on the search. It can be plumbers, it can be, I don't know, marketing agencies in Washington DC, whatever you want, and it will run. And again, you have 40 runs for free, and if you pay just $10 per month, you have 10,000 searches. Okay, so I think it's way cheaper than API. I think you pay $28 or something like that for the pre-made or pre-built actor. I prefer Rapid API. Okay, guys. But again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. All the resources will be below this video in our community. So if you're not checking this video on our community, please go there and check it. We have all the resources there. Also, the file for this module and for this automation will be right below this video on our community. So you just have to come here and click import, and you import the JSON file, and everything will be laid down for you. You don't have to do anything. You just need to change the data for your own data, but we already made it for you. So just grab the JSON file from all entire automation, and you can put it on your make.com, and yeah, you can start using this basically in 5 minutes, just changing the thing. But as I said, guys, to finalize, I hope this was a really good value. And again, this is actually correct data because it's from Google Maps. So as I said, there is so many options that you can do right now with this information from, as I said, especially outreach, cold calling, cold email. You can build a directory, you can send to your sales team, you can even, I will not say sell this information because I'm a little bit against that, but you can also do it as well. You can do like a lead magnet and send to those people. You can, if you have like an automation with Phantom Booster, for example, you can even use, or A-Reach, for example, you can actually use the LinkedIn URL and contact those people via LinkedIn. You can actually contact people via Facebook. So there is so many touch points with this automation after it goes to the spreadsheet that you can do so many things. And again, I just use 5 as a limit. If you put like 20, 30, 40, there is so much thing you can do. Even if you don't get the email for all of them, you can have the phone number and all the other information. So again, guys, hope you enjoy it. If you are not part of our community, check the links below. If you are in our community, just grab all the files, all the sources right below this video, and I hope to see you on the next video.